Sometimes I wake up and realize I have everything I once prayed for. Yet I feel nothing, not joy, not peace. Just a quiet, endless emptiness. It's like my heart forgot how to react. And that's the strangest kind of pain, when there's no reason to hurt, but you do. People look at my life and say I should be grateful. They see the comfort, the stability, the smiles. But what they don't see is the hollow silence inside me, a silence that no amount of success or laughter seems to fill. It's not depression exactly, at least, not the kind that makes you cry. It's more like emotional numbness, like watching your own life from behind a glass wall. You're there, but not really there. Psychologists call it existential emptiness. It often appears when your outer life is fine, but your inner world is starved of meaning, purpose, or genuine connection. You get used to surviving, not living. For years, I thought feeling empty meant something was wrong with me. But I realized it's not always a sign of weakness. Sometimes emptiness is your mind's way of saying, I've done everything they told me to do, and still feel lost. You chase achievements, relationships, validation, hoping one of them will complete you. And for a while they do, but then the high fades, and the same old void quietly returns. That's because external happiness can't heal internal disconnection. You can fill your days with distractions, yet still feel incomplete. Because the truth is, nothing external can replace the feeling of being alive within yourself. When you don't know who you truly are, life starts to feel fake. You wear masks so long that even you forget what's underneath. You smile because that's what's expected, but deep down, you're asking, when do I feel real? It's a psychological paradox. You can have everything, yet feel nothing. Because happiness isn't built from what you get, it's built from what you feel connected to. And connection is something you can't buy. People who feel empty often grew up suppressing emotions. Maybe they were told not to cry, not to be weak, not to need anyone. So, they learned to live without feeling, but in doing so, they also lost the ability to feel joy. Emptiness, in that sense, is unprocessed pain, frozen over time. It hides beneath the surface, waiting for silence to speak. And when life finally slows down, the silence returns to remind you what you've buried. That's why peace can feel so uncomfortable. Your mind may be successful, but your soul feels unseen. You may be loved, but not understood, appreciated, but not connected, and those tiny gaps, over time, create the feeling of emptiness. The modern world doesn't help. It keeps us busy, entertained, and distracted, never introspective. We scroll, we consume, we chase, but rarely pause. And that constant noise numbs the parts of us that need silence to heal. Emptiness is not laziness, it's emotional exhaustion from pretending, performing, and pleasing. You've poured energy into everything around you, but forgot to pour any into yourself. It's the cost of living in a world that praises achievement over alignment, where everyone tells you to build a life, but no one tells you how to build a self, so you succeed on the outside and starve on the inside. Some days, you'll try to fix it with motivation. You'll tell yourself you just need new goals, but goals can't heal emotional starvation. They just delay the moment you realize how lost you feel. Others try to fix it with love, but relationships can't fill what's missing within. You can't ask someone else to give you what you've never given yourself: presence, stillness, self-connection. Emptiness often hides behind busyness, because as long as you're moving, you don't have to feel. You stay productive, not peaceful. And the moment you stop, the void returns. There's a strange comfort in emptiness too. You get used to it, like background noise. You learn to function around it, to smile through it, and people never notice how detached you've become. But deep down, you know something's off. Because even when you laugh, it feels rehearsed. Even when you achieve, it feels hollow. And you start to wonder, is this all there is? The truth is, emptiness doesn't mean your life is bad. It means your soul is asking for something real. Something beyond comfort, beyond success, beyond expectations. It's a craving for meaning. And meaning can't be found in achievements. It's found in awareness, in silence, in being, in truth, in facing the parts of yourself you've avoided. People who feel empty often carry deep emotional intelligence. They sense life more deeply than most. But because they feel everything, they learn to feel nothing as protection. It's not emptiness, It's emotional burnout. When your heart has been disappointed too many times, it stops expecting. When your soul has been unseen for too long, it stops shining. You don't break, you just go numb, and numbness feels safer than pain. But healing begins when you stop running, when you sit in your own silence without escaping. When you let the emptiness speak, and actually listen, that's when you begin to hear what your soul has been trying to say. It might tell you that your life looks right, but feels wrong. That your priorities aren't aligned with your values. That you've built a life for approval, not authenticity, and that's why it feels hollow. To heal emptiness, you must reconnect with yourself first, not through distractions, but through depth, not through doing more, but through feeling more. Allow yourself to exist without needing a reason. You'll resist at first. Silence will feel unbearable. Because emptiness grows louder when you stop running, but that's exactly where the healing begins. The void you feel isn't absence, it's potential, it's space, waiting to be filled with truth. You've spent years filling it with noise, now it's time to fill it with you. Start with small things, right? Sit in nature. Talk honestly. Do something not for productivity, but for peace. That's how you start to come alive again. Most people fear emptiness, but it's actually sacred. It's the quiet place where your real self waits. If you can sit in that stillness without fleeing, you'll discover the parts of you that never left. The mind says, fix it. The soul whispers, feel it. And if you're brave enough to listen, the emptiness will transform into awareness. You'll start noticing beauty again in simple things. A sound, a color, a small kindness. The numbness will fade slowly, not suddenly. But every small spark will remind you that life is still within you. Emptiness isn't an enemy, it's a teacher. It's showing you what no longer resonates, what you've outgrown, what's fake, and it's asking you to create something real. Most people fill emptiness with noise. You'll learn to fill it with meaning. You'll stop chasing highs and start seeking depth. You'll stop performing and start existing. That's how you return home to yourself. The people who feel empty are often the ones who see life most clearly, because they've reached the top of every mountain and realized the view doesn't fix the void, only truth does. You'll realize that meaning doesn't come from what you have. It comes from who you are becoming. And the more you align with your truth, the less you'll feel like something's missing. It's not about adding more to your life. It's about subtracting what's fake. Peeling away the noise, the expectations, the masks, until what's left is quiet, but real. And in that realness, peace lives. Emptiness doesn't disappear overnight. It fades, like fog, slowly. Gently, beautifully, one honest moment at a time, one breath of self-awareness at a time. And when it does, you won't even notice at first. You'll just realize one day. You smiled for no reason, and it felt real. You'll find yourself caring less about approval.com, less about perfection. You'll crave honesty over comfort, depth over distraction, because once you've met your emptiness and survived it, you stop fearing life's quiet moments. You start embracing them. They become your peace, not your prison. The psychology of emptiness teaches us this, that fulfillment is not a goal, it's a practice, a daily return to presence, a quiet alignment with truth. You don't need to fix the emptiness, you need to understand it. It's not the absence of life. It's the invitation to live differently. One day you'll look back and realize, the emptiness wasn't punishment. It was guidance. It led you back to yourself. And the moment you stop running from your own silence, you'll find the thing you've been searching for all along. Not happiness, not success, not validation, but peace. The peace that doesn't depend on circumstances. The kind that stays even when life gets hard. The kind that comes only after emptiness, because you had to lose yourself to find yourself. And that's the psychology of people who feel empty, even when life is good. They're not broken. They're awakening. They've outgrown shallow happiness, and they're learning to build a deeper kind. So if you feel that quiet void inside, don't run. Listen, there's wisdom in your emptiness. It's your soul trying to come home, because maybe the emptiness you feel isn't life failing you. It's life calling you to finally meet yourself.